Welcome to the Vedic Mystics channel. In this video, we'll look at the lunar yogas that are similar in formation to the solar yogas. The lunar yogas are sunapha, anapha, and dhurudhura. The results are taken from Phaladipika. The formation of these yogas look at the placement of the true planets Jupiter, Venus, Mercury, Saturn, and Mars on either side of the moon. Sunapa yogas form when one or more of the true planets are in the second house from the moon and none of the true planets are in the 12th house from the moon. Anapa yoga forms when one or more of the true planets are in the 12th house from the moon and none of the true planets are in the second house from the moon. Finally, dhurudhura yoga forms when true planets are present in both the second and the 12th house from the moon. These are very common yogas. By definition, you can only have one of these yogas in your chart. If there are no true planets in the second or 12th houses from the moon, none of these yogas form. However, the yoga may have a Kemadruma yoga. Kemadruma yoga is a negative yoga and has some additional conditions apart from the fact that no true planets are on either side of the moon. I will make a separate video on this yoga. Moon by nature is emotional. It waxes and wanes, swinging back and forth between strength and weakness. Therefore, an isolated moon is not good in a chart. Moon needs support, especially from a true planet, Jupiter, Venus, Mercury, Saturn, or Mars. All three lunar yogas produce good results, implying that support from malefics around the moon is also considered good. A native with Sunapa yoga will be a monarch or its equal. He or she will self acquire property, be respected for his or her intellectual ability, and be renowned for his or her riches. A native with Anapa yoga will be powerful, will enjoy good health, and will be of sweet temperament. He or she will be famous with all worldly comforts, and he or she will be well dressed, contented, and happy. A native with dhurudhura yoga enjoys all comforts of life and owns abundant wealth and vehicles. He or she is also generous and is attended to by faithful servants. We will look at an example chart for each of these yogas. Remember that these yogas are very common and therefore will be found in many charts. For Sunapa yoga, we have the chart of King Frederik X of Denmark. He has an exalted moon with Mercury in the second house. Moon is also conjunct to Venus in its own sign. For Anapa yoga, we can look at the chart of King Rama IX of Thailand. In his chart, Moon is in a friendly sign and has Jupiter in its own sign in the 12th house from the Moon. Moon is also aspected by Venus in its own sign. Lastly, for dhurudhura yoga, we look at the chart of King Henry VIII. In his chart, Moon is in its own sign and is flanked by Jupiter and Mercury. Mercury has Digbala. Moon is also aspected by a strong Saturn, forming a Sasha Mahapurusha Yoga from the Chandra Lagna. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to the channel if you found this video informative.